So now we've come to the final mystery, and we've been working through these things, and again, I have not done a good job of stewarding these.
Neither have I.
And as we're coming to the end of this particular one here, it's been a good reminder of the things that I need to prioritize and the things that number one, I need to get back into my Bible more, and I need to go over these. I don't know how often I should go over these, but enough to where it's in my head.
And things to get excited about. We're getting excited as we're
Yeah,
going through
that's
these
true.
mysteries.
That's true.
This will get you excited as a Christian. It'll rejuvenate you in your faith.
That it's a burden, but again, it's an honor.
Yes.
It's something, and you want to do. I guess a good way to think about it, and sometimes I tend to go negative with things, and it's not always bad to go negative, but yeah, I think that one of the things that we should just keep in mind is that just because it's difficult doesn't mean that it shouldn't be something that we look forward to doing, to having, to reminding us of, because
difficult does not always mean sad and gloom and negative and burden.
Right.
Difficult's exciting too.
Yeah, that it's a I don't know if a challenge is the
Yes,
right word, but maybe it's a challenge.
That's right.
of that we have been given this, that everybody has an opportunity to be a steward of these mysteries, but right now we're the ones who have.
We're the ones carrying it, yeah. And as we teach it to others, it's their responsibility to carry it on too.
And again, it shouldn't. I think you said it right. And I finally got my idea back. That we should look at this as an honor. We should look at this as a point of pride, not in a bad way, but in a good way, because ultimately it leads the focus back to Jesus.
Get your head back where it belongs.
And we need to be recalibrated and centered
constantly. That's right. And these mysteries will do that.
Yeah. So we've got
in the best way.
So we've got one left. So heading into the book of Revelation. So this is the first mystery that comes outside of Paul.
Yes, and we need to point that out. Every single one of these has been within Paul's books. This is the first one we're venturing outside of Paul's books. And the reason we're doing this is because this is one of those mysteries that, as we said in the beginning, these are mysteries that are applicable to Christians. Mm-hmm. And this one's very applicable to Christians.
So Revelation 17.
All right, Revelation chapter 17, verse 5. And upon her forehead was name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. Now, in this context, this is tribulation. Okay, so this is specifically what's going to happen in the tribulation. But this spirit of Babylon very much permeates our time. Mm-hmm. And it's within the religions of our time. It's this whole, where the church is the virgin bride of Christ. Mystery Babylon is a harlot. Mm-hmm. It's the whoredoms of religions. So what it's doing is it's taking a good thing, it's taking the worship of God, and it's harlotizing it is basically what it's doing. It's causing you to go from faith in Jesus Christ and dependence on Jesus Christ to your own works, worshiping men. It goes back to 2 Thessalonians 2, where a man is elevated to the position of God, where he's treated as the voice of God, where you're looking to men to give you the truth instead of the Word of God. It's any type of religious system where it's taking your focus off the Word of God and putting your trust in your own works and in men to save you.
And so this is important for us to understand
because once again, this is just the opposite of Christianity. This is religion. This is having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. Okay? And so, even as a Christian, as a saved person, it's easy for us to get into that system of wanting to trust in our own works, wanting to follow our own ways, wanting to elevate ourselves into a position where we're doing something good for God, and it becomes about glorifying ourselves instead of glorifying Jesus Christ.
And we get caught up in traditions,
Traditions is important here.
Get caught up in I've got to do, again, you already talked this works.
Works is important here. Certain men being these high religious figures that are above all other men, all that's important when we
got to pay attention to all those things. We got to be careful about putting these people on platforms and treating them as something other than a man.
That's right.
And elevating them.
Yes.
And so, and we've seen throughout history, we've seen the danger of doing that.
Over and over and over
Of
again.
falling into this type of system or following after certain leaders
Yes.
or in a number of areas.
And
so,
it starts really with the Tower of Babel, men trying to raise themselves up to reach God, and it follows right through Babylon and the Babylonian religion and what that Babylonian religion did. And it's with us today. That's something that will not go away.
So at the end of the day, the best thing we can do is get these things down, read them, understand them, pray about them,
And teach them.
live them out, and teach them to other Christians.
That's right.
And again, a mystery is something that you believe whether you can explain it or not.
That's exactly right, yes.
But the more that you spend time with it, hopefully the more you'll be able to understand
That's right.
those things.
Yes.